Have you ever noticed how there are a vast amount of more minorities taking over all sports, but only a handful of minority coaches? Hi, I'm Skylar Francis, and I'm here today to talk to you about how the different professional sports are somehow trying to incorporate the minorities into the hierarchy of the sport. In the NFL, the first ever African American head coach was hired in 1989. His name was Art Shell. Through his hiring, other aspiring African American coaches saw the impossible just become possible. With the help of the Rooney Rule established in 2003, African Americans were able to apply and get interviews for these important positions. The Rooney Rule stated that every NFL team is required to interview different minorities for the different head coaching and senior position jobs. The rule, however, did not apply to the coaching staff like the offensive and defensive coordinators. This led to a big controversy, which is still unsolved today. There was one big main stereotype in the NFL, and that is that African Americans were better at defense and couldn't handle the offense. It was said to be too complicated for them, and the whites were superior in this category. All the head coaches in the NFL, however, got their big break on the defensive side of the ball. This upcoming 2013 NFL season, there were 8 teams that did not have a head coach. And former head coach for the Chicago Bears, Lovie Smith, was interviewed for some of these head coaching jobs. But every team was more interested in him to be their new defensive coordinator instead of their head coach. So Lovie took the year off because he believes that he's better than that. Not a single minority coach was hired through this process. There are currently 3 African American head coaches in the league. And in the NBA, however, it seems that they are becoming more diverse every season. There are currently 10 minority head coaches out of the 30 NBA teams. When the NBA talks about hiring, they barely ever speak of the race, and the NFL is completely opposite. In the NBA, there is some discrimination going on. Statistics show that white head coaches hold on to their job 50% more than African American head coaches. This being the case, African American coaches are not really given an opportunity or a chance when they're having like a bad year or a losing season. In these graphs, you see the difference between the NBA and NFL head coaches, how there's only 4% or 4 people out of the 28 white people coaches in the NFL, and in the NBA you see that there's 40% black coaches and 56% white coaches. In conclusion, we learned that our society still discriminates against other races, but hopefully somehow everyone can get over this epidemic and treat everyone the same regardless of race.